Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people of the world. I come to you today on this beautiful Saturday with Influence Without Affluence, Krystle Blended Tales. I'm your host, Limpo, all the way from Limpo Mlunda Marketing, uh, Southern Africa, Zambia. Um, Today, I want to thank you for joining me as we have this real conversation, a heart to heart conversation about something that we don't talk about often: identity. Identity. Because when I say, sorry, my screen keeps on going dark. I don't know why. These issues. I haven't been like live in a long time. So I'm just coming live now, and these things, practice makes perfect, but if you don't practice, you tend to forget some things. So today I was saying that I want to come to you to discuss about identity. Wow, about identity. Because when I say I'm the image of God, it's not a statement. So my discussion point today is I'm the image of God, you are the image of God. It's the truth. It's a reminder that we are indeed are made in the image of God. And uh, sorry for these people. Wow, I need to keep on doing this. So we need to understand our identity through God's eyes. We need to see people through God's eyes. We need to see ourselves through God's eyes because we are God's image. No matter how I look like, no matter how you look like, we are all made in the image of God. Therefore, it really pains me when I find people who will be, mocking God's image. There are some people who have the habit of mocking how others look, how others talk, how others walk, how others do certain things. There are these inherent things that we have within us. And some people have that habit of mocking others, you know. So the world, sorry about this, my screen keeps going off. We live in a world where people want to judge people dependent on their perception. We live in the world where I want to judge people on how I view them. I want to make conclusions about people on what I think about them. And it's so painful because we cannot all be the same. You cannot be me, and I cannot be you. And that's what makes the world beautiful. We are all a unique blend. We blend together. We cannot be the same. That's why when you go out there, even flowers, they're not the same. Even rose flowers, or whatever flowers you can think of, they are never the same. They are all different. And I wanted to point out to you that God doesn't make mistakes. He never makes a mistake. No matter what you are, whether you are physically challenged, whether you are not what I think you are, God never makes mistake, because He said when He created each and every one of us, He said it was beautiful. When He created you, He said you are beautiful because you are created in His image. No matter your circumstance, no matter whether you have one leg or one hand or whatever it is, God saw it and He said it was beautiful. So you are made in the image of God and you are beautiful. uh, I also wanted to point out that confidence comes from knowing who you are. When you know who you are, that you are God's image, you should be confident no matter what any person would say out there, no matter what an individual will say out there. You should walk with your head high, boldly, because you are made in the image of God. Yes. And it's so painful for people to mock you, to mock God's image. I'm pretty sure if us who are human feel the pain, What more about God who created us? What about God in whose image we were formed? So let's turn these hateful words, the hateful speeches, the mockery into power, and let's identify who we are. Let's walk in boldness, knowing very well that God loves us and we are made in God's image. When you know who you are, you start making decisions that honor you, that identify what your strengths are. When you know who you are, you reclaim your position in life. And by this, I'm reminded that your background does not define who you are, or the words of opinion do not define who you are. You are defined by God. And here is a word to you mockers who like mocking people, the way they look, the way they talk, the tribe, and all that kind of thing. You should stop. Your words carry weight. Choose kindness. Choose maturity. When you start accepting people for who they are, it shows your maturity. It shows your Christianity. It shows you valuing God. Because we all come from the same creator. We are all from the soil. We were created from the soil. So today, I want you to declare with me that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are God's workmanship. You are enough. You are the image of the living God. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am God's workmanship. I am enough, and I am who I am because God says who I am. God defined me. Walk with your head high today. Carry your identity with pride and never apologize for being who you are. Never apologize for being who God designed you to be. So if you are ready to step into a chapter that honors who you are, if you are ready to walk with your head high, your spirit, your mind, and purpose, and even your finances, you can always connect with me and learn more about digital entrepreneurship, a path that changes my life. It changes my confidence levels, a path that has brought meaning to me. Because when you know your worth, you start choosing opportunities that reflect it. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to share with you today, that you are a unique individual. God knew why he formed you as you are. God knew why he created you as you are. God knew who you are. Walk with your head high today and say, I am the image of God. Thank you so much for joining this broadcast. For those who are watching live, I value your support. For those who will be watching the replay, thank you so much, and let me know what you are doing to value the image that God has put in you. And let me know what you are telling the mockers out there who like mocking their friends because they are created black, white, yellow, green, or blue. Let me know your word of encouragement. Thank you so much. And as I end the show, I encourage you that you are the image of God. When you look in the mirror today, just hold yourself, take a deep breath, and say, I am the image of God, wonderfully and beautifully made. Thank you so much, and goodbye.